YouTube or
Yes.
what under which
I have a chance.
huh?
I'll give you the name.
Yeah, please.
الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا وحبيبنا محمد في الأولين والآخرين وعلى كل من تبعه بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أمسينا وأمسى الملك لله ولا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير. نسأل الله عز وجل الذي جمعنا في هذا المقام وفي بيت الله على طاعته أن يجمعنا مع سيد المرسلين في جناته إنه ولي ذلك وقادر عليه. So inshallah ta'ala we will talk today, continuing the seerah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, about one of the toughest trips and one of the biggest events that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is going to make, that's going to change the history and it's going to make a big change in the history of Islam, which is the Hijrat from Mecca to Al-Medina. But before Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is going to move from Mecca to Al-Medina, he has to go few steps. He has to go through few steps. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam got the permission from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to migrate, to do the hijrah from Mecca to Al-Medina. But there's a problem. The problem is that the Kuffar Quraysh are not going to let that happen because they decided to hurt Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So they got together in a meeting, the heads of Quraysh, the Kuffar, and then they're going to decide what to do to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what they're going to do, and they started giving their opinion. And when they got their meeting, there's a man who's going to come and join their meeting. And he's not in fact a man, but he is a shaitan who's going to come in the picture of a man. And he's going to join the meeting. And this meeting, مكر قريش ويمكرون ويمكر الله. They prepare this evil, but Allah will take care of that. Allah is not going to let that happen. So each of them is giving an opinion. We should capture him, we should tie him, we should do this, we should do that. Then one of them said we should try to just kill him. So then when this opinion was presented in the meeting, Iblis said, yes, this is the best opinion. This is what you should go with. He supported the idea and he said, this is what we should do. So they decided, and then they selected the tough guys to sharpen their swords, and then a group of them, 7 to 10 are going to go to the house of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to wait for him. Jibreel alayhi salam was in the meeting, even though they did not know. Jibreel alayhi salam knew their plan. Then he informed Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and he told him, you should not spend the night in your house. Allahu Akbar. This is the wahi that comes through Jibreel to tell Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, don't sleep in your room, in your house tonight. So the group of Quraysh went early to the house, the doors of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then Muhammad ﷺ left. And he told Ali radiallahu anhu to sleep in his bed. And Rasulullah ﷺ left. So when he left through the group that want to kill him. And no one knew. That's why Allah says, وَجَعَلْنَا مِنْ بَيْنِ أَيْدِيهِمْ سَدًّا وَمِنْ خَلْفِهِمْ سَدًّا فَأَغْشَيْنَاهُمْ فَهُمْ لَا يُبْصِرُونَ. The power of Allah to protect Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah made a barrier from their right, مِنْ بَيْنِ أَيْدِيهِمْ, between their hands, وَمِنْ خَلْفِهِمْ, from their back. فَأَغْشَيْنَاهُمْ. الْغَشَاوَةِ أو الْغِشَاوَةِ is a word that is used for the eyes that cannot see. Al-Ghishawa. Allah mentioned it in the Quran. في أبصارهم غشاوة. When Allah sees someone who does not want to get close to Him, who does not like Islam, who does not like this and that, Allah is not going to let him open his eyes to look at the benefits of the deen and look at the beauty of the Quran and look at the beauty of Islam. Allah covers his eyes. He looks at the Quran and it doesn't affect him. He looks at the masjid, it doesn't affect him. He looks at the sky, it doesn't affect him. Anywhere he looks that shows the power of Allah, it doesn't make any difference. Because his eyes are covered by this rishawa that Allah did. So this group of kuffar are not going to see Muhammad, and he's going to leave through them, and he even is going to throw the dust on their head, and they're not going to even see it. This is not magic, but this is the power of Allah. Till one of them is going to come later on, he's going to say, what are you waiting for? We're waiting for Muhammad to leave so we can hurt him. He's going to tell them he already left. Now Muhammad ﷺ left his house. Then they went in, they saw Ali radiallahu anhu. This is the beginning of this tough trip. Muhammad ﷺ, when he left his house, he's going to go to the house of Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, his close and best friend. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, who's going to join Muhammad ﷺ. So he went to the house of Abu Bakr. He told him, are you ready? It is time that we do the Hijrah. Allah give us permission. Let's go. Abu Bakr saw Rasulullah ﷺ coming that late and he was worried. What happened? He said, Alhamdulillah, this is the time. We're going to move on. They went to, first of all, they have to hide, because at that time, if they look for someone and they don't find him, it's the desert, it's easy to find someone. So Muhammad ﷺ, Allah planned all this for him. He's not going to leave at that same night to come to Al-Madinah. He's going to go to Gharu, Gharu Thawr. Now, Gharu Hira was the beginning. Gharu Thawr was, yes, but it's, alhamdulillah, all is good. Gharu Thawr, what an amazing story that happened there. What we know is Muhammad ﷺ and Abu Bakr went in and they got protected by the spider webs, right? But when they left Abu Bakr's house and they got to Gharu Thawr, look at the love of Abu Bakr to Rasulullah ﷺ. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu is going to get in the cave first. He's going to check it out to make sure everything's good to go. And if there is something that's going to hurt him, he doesn't want Rasulullah ﷺ to deal with that. He wants to get that, he wants him to get hurt first. He went into Ghar Thawr, the cave of Thawr, and he saw two holes. Either a snake's going to come out, or a big spider, or something. So he has to cover these two holes. What he's going to do? He's going to take his outside cloth. He's gonna wrap it and he's gonna cover one hole. That's all he had. Second hole, he's gonna cover it with his feet or his foot. Then Rasulullah is gonna come in, Abu Bakr sit, and his foot is covering that. Then Rasulullah got so tired, and Abu Bakr, of course, they got tired because of that tough walk to that Ghar Thawr. He's gonna put his head on the leg of Abu Bakr. Look at the love, the real love in the sake of Allah. No pillows, nothing, dry rocks. Where are you going to put his head? The leg of Abu Bakr to relax. Then the hole that Abu Bakr was covering had a big spike that bit Abu Bakr. And Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu did not move. He did not move any part of his body. Look at how he wanted to take the pain. He did not want to bother Rasulullah who was relaxing. He did not. He stands still. Look at the strength that Allah gave him. And the pain of that bite was so intense. Out of 10, I would say it's 10. Then the tears are going to come down from the eyes of Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, and the tears gonna drop on Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is gonna say, "Malaka ya Abu Bakr, what's wrong?" He said nothing. He said, "No, what's wrong?" He said, "I think something bit me." Well, there is no first aid. There is nothing to light a fire to, like what they did to cure that. There's nothing no water, nothing that would at least help them wash that out. So Rasulullah would say, "Let me see." And he would blow. Rasulullah used to cure with his spit. Yes, with his spit. So he would blow on the foot of Abu Bakr, and then Abu Bakr will get cured right away. Like what he did with the other man who got hurt in his eye. He blew and then he cured. So Rasulullah, these are his miracles. Now, the kuffar followed them. You know the story. And they got to because they followed the steps, that's how they could find them. They got to the cave. They got in, but subhanallah, Allah made that spider cover. You know the story. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the ayah. So Allah says, إِذْ هُمَا فِي الْغَارِ إِذْ يَقُولُ لِصَاحِبِهِ لَا تَحْزَنْ إِنَّ اللَّهَ مَعَنَا فَأَنزَلَ اللَّهُ سَكِينَتَهُ. So Allah says in the Quran, they plan to hurt them, but Allah is إن تنصروه, you want to إلا تنصروه فقد نصره Allah protects him and give victory to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. When he went to the cave, then he tell his friend, إذ يقول لصاحبه, I want to stop at this word, لصاحبه, his friend. This is a message to those who they believe in Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, but they say no. If you tell me Abu Bakr or Umar or Uthman Ali, put them aside. We don't believe in what they, well, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed this ayah that talks about Abu Bakr, li sahibi, his friend. If Abu Bakr did not have a value with Allah, Allah will not mention. Allah will not mention and say his friend, li sahibi, the friend of who? Of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So as Muslims, we shouldn't forget about the Sahaba, and we shouldn't forget about what Abu Bakr did. And by the way, when Abu Bakr left his house, You know what he did? He took all his money in the sake of Allah for Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is Abu Bakr. إذ يقول لصاحبه لا تحزن إن الله معنا. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was saying to Abu Bakr, don't stress or grieve or be mad or be unhappy. Al-huzn is sadness. Don't be sad. لا تحزن. Look what a big word. إن الله معنا. Indeed, Allah is with us. This is what every Muslim needs. If Allah is not with you, nobody can be there for you. Money, the wife, the kids, the whatever, no one could be with you to help you go through life if Allah is not with you. So every time you have a huzn, you have a sadness, say Inna Allah ma'ana. If you and your wife have an issue or a stress because of money or because lost the house or anything, tell her, La tahzani, don't worry. Allah is with us, but on condition, the condition is, of course, we have to obey Allah so Allah can be with us. You obey Allah, you please Allah, Allah is with you, don't worry about the rest. Don't worry about those who left you, don't worry about the money you lost, even if you lost your health, don't worry about anything as long as Allah is with you. This is a great message to all of us. لا تحزن إن الله فأنزل الله سكينته. Allah will send His sakina. Sakina is, you know, when you come into the masjid and the masjid is empty, you're the first one that comes in. How does it feel? You feel that sakina. Allah, you don't get tired. You go to any other house or any other place, if it's empty, you want to get out of there. When you come to the masjid, you feel that sakina. Allah revealed that sakina, tranquility, relaxation on Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his friend, his companion, Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. The Kuffar Quraysh got there, and you know this. You know, Abu Bakr said, يعني لو نظر أحدهم في قدميه لأرآنا. يعني if someone, they came actually on the top of that entrance of that cave, and Abu Bakr said, if somebody look at his feet, if he did that, he will see us. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not make that happen. The spider, whatever, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala again protected Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Abu Bakr, and covered the kuffar, covered their eyes again so they don't see. Anyways, this is to a certain point. Now, Abu Bakr took all the money, left his household with no money. His daughter Asma and his son Abdullah. These two, Abu Jahl, got to the house of Abu Bakr. She opened the door, the daughter of Abu Bakr. He said, where is your father? She said, I don't know. So he hit her, from what the narration said. And, you know, he left. Then his daughter Asma and his son Abdullah are going to be the two that will be serving Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Abu Bakr, in the few days they're going to spend in Ghar Thawr. Look at all of this. So we can have a masjid, so we can have Islam, so we can have Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had to deal with all of this. That's why we have to love him more than anyone. Allah first, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then parents, then kids, then all of that. So the job that they got, Asma takes care of the food. Abdullah takes care of what's going on in Mecca. He goes to where the big news surrounds to know what the Quraysh are planning what they're going to do and what else they will want to do. And then Asma takes care of food. And then there's a third person who has sheep. His job was, what an amazing job here. His job is to cover the steps of Abdullah and Asma. With what? With his sheep. He would drive that sheep. Feel free to sit on the chair, brothers. Sheikh Muhammad, so this third person will have his sheep to go through that area, through that road, so they don't know where Abdullah or Asma or anyone walks. SubhanAllah, He's using all of these to serve Muhammad and to serve Islam and to protect Islam. Now, Quraysh, they couldn't find Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Their next tool to use will be to bribe, or I would say, if you don't want to say bribe, you could say to award someone who would find Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And they said that whoever finds Muhammad, Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik alayhi, whoever find him will get 100 camel. Mi'atu naqa. 100 camel. And at that time, if you have 100 camel, you're just like now, someone who has a farm or someone who has 10 cars. What's that?
100 Ferrari.
Yes, 100, yes. Some rich people have a lot of cars, yeah. So, then everyone got excited. Yeah, it's 100 naqa. So, now there was a man, his name was Suraqa. He was not a Muslim, but he was riding around the area, and he saw two men, Muhammad and Abu Bakr. And he came to Quraysh and he said, "It's me. I'm going to get the 100 camels. I saw them." He had a meeting with Quraysh, and they told him, and he was a tough warrior, strong man, so he's gonna try to go and hurt Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Abu Bakr, so he can come back and get the reward. He sharpened his sword, got ready, took off, and he knows exactly where Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Abu Bakr are. When he got close to the cave of Thawr, every time he gets closer, his horse stops and falls. Then he tries again. His horse will not go any farther. This reminds us of what? Look, Allah is protecting Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. يَعْصِمُكَ مِنَ النَّاسِ. Don't worry. Allah is protecting you, Muhammad. So this horse will not, the horse got food, he got water, he's ready to go, but when he got to that point, he was going really strong. When he got to the zone of the Thawr, he stops and he sits or lay down. He's not gonna go any farther. Then, this reminds us of the story of أَلَمْ تَرَ كَيْفَ فَعَلَ رَبُّكَ بِأَصْحَابِ الْفِيلِ. Remember when we talked about it a long time at the beginning of the seerah, when the elephant goes to every direction except the direction of Al-Kaaba. When they tell him to go, he doesn't. He stands still. He sits. He doesn't move. Allah protected Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as he protected al-Kaaba, Baytullah al-Haram. So now, what Suraqa's gonna do? What do you think he's gonna do? Any suggestions?
This is something.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's gonna.
Something is protected.
Yes. He knew. Suraqa said, there's no way that this is normal. My horse was going strong. When I got close to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you know, this is not usual. This is from someone higher. Then Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam saw him and he called him. He says, Suraqa, come on. Let me talk to you. He said, so what do you think? Suraqa said, just give up. He just couldn't say anything. He says, go back, and I promise you that later on you will get part of the kingdom of Kisra. Yes. Yes. And Suraqa was not a Muslim. But what Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said was what? Wahi. It's not just Muhammad make that up. No, he didn't make it up. It's not he just made it up. No. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is, that's why everything Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said is not from his own. It's from Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him that wisdom to talk and to say what needs to be said. Then Kisra went back to Quraysh, told them, couldn't find it, depends on the narration. Anyways, it didn't work. Then later on, when Umar radiallahu anhu when he's gonna win over Kisra, he's gonna look for Suraqa to give him, yes, of Kisra. Subhanallah. When he opened that up, he says, where is Suraqa? I need him. And the promise of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was complete. Now Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is safe because Allah protected him. The next step is to get out of Thawr and to move forward towards Al-Madinah, which was the distance between Mecca and Medina is 283.8 miles. Almost 284 miles, which is a lot of kilometers. 546, not 546, man, inshallah. But miles that we use here was 283.8. I could be wrong, but that's the closest. It's about hours of drive. But they said that the new train is going to make it half. Could be 2-3 hours from Mecca to Medina. It's going to be fast. So now Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is going to start this tough trip, and with Abu Bakr. Then he was kind of sad to leave Mecca because he has to leave Mecca. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to protect him and told him migrate to Al-Madinah to protect him, and also to teach all the Muslims that if you are being stressed or transgressed or prevented from having a masjid, prevented from praying, then it's a must to leave and go to a place where you can say Allahu Akbar and pray. There's no question about it. This is a big lesson for us. You do hijrah for Allah. Not just hijrah from one place to another, but hijratu al-dhunub, hijratu al-ma'asi, hijratu al-amakin al-muharrama. You migrate from the haram places, from sins, from all of these things. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam left his children, and Abu Bakr left his children because they're going to go and settle in Medina, which was called Yathrib before the name of Medina. So Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is going to take off with Abu Bakr. Now the food is gone. They need to find a place to eat. And there's no fast food. There's no restaurants. There's all they can find is maybe someone, it's a desert, someone on the way that would feed them. Like when you travel in a lot of our countries, in the deserts, whatever, you find a little house somewhere, someone will give you some milk or something. So they stopped at the tent of this lady called, it's a name you should not forget. Her name is Ma'bad. Ma'bad. This is the lady that described Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam like if you're looking at him. Description that's amazing. She used words, some Arabic words that actually I could not memorize. Some really tough words. So Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam got to, he saw the tent with Abu Bakr. They stopped in. They say, we are traveling, we're hungry. But Ma'bad has no food. Very poor. Her husband went far to work hard to bring whatever he could bring at the end of the day. The only thing they had was this goat. Small little goat that was very skinny, that has no milk in it. I mean, she told him, I have nothing except this little goat. He said, bring it. Look at Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The miracles of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Bring the goat. The goat came in. You know, goats are very friendly. And Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam got the goat and he wiped on the back of the goat. And then all of a sudden, the goat started producing, not giving milk. I want to use the word produce. It's a machine. Just a few minutes ago, this goat has nothing. No milk, nothing, and she couldn't even find food to eat. It's the deserts. Very skinny. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam touches the rugs, back, then the milk, He drank, or he drunk, passed, right? What's the past of drink? Drunk. Allahu Akbar. Studied that a long time ago. Then Abu Bakr had some. Then Ma'bad. Then they filled out all the jars they had. Then the milk was back to the same level. It's not the goats got empty. No. This happened many times during al-Ghazawat, during the battles, when the Sahaba have a little food, and when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when they have one jar of water, when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam put his hands through that jar, then a water fountain almost was coming out. The whole army drank. And then when they had one plate to eat, and then the first group come and eat. Can you believe this? The first group will come and eat out of that big plate. Then they will go. The food does not disappear. It goes back to normal. Subhanallah. All of this is miracles that showed, how Rasulullah was protected and helped by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, I have to tell you how Ma'bad described Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. When her husband came back, she told him what happened. And now she's going to say, how does he look? Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. One of the ulama did talk about this. So, the first thing she said, كان ظاهر الوضاء. these words are tough to remember. Al-wada', like when you look at his face is very clean and lighted. Like if you're looking at the moon. That's the first thing she said. Hasan al-khuluq. His character, he didn't do anything that, make that character. Allah says in the Quran, وَإِنَّكَ لَعَلَى نون والقلم وما يسطرون وإنك لعلى خلق عظيم. The khuluq, the character, the attitude of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the best. That's why we should look after him. We should see what he did and do like him. We can't, but we can do some. We can at least try some. If you want people to like you and say that you're a good person, don't just look at what Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam did and how he talked and how he. مليح الوجه. When you say someone مليح comes from الملح, from salt. This is an expression that they say about someone. Someone مليح is someone that you don't get tired of. It's whatever he says, you love it. Very interesting. And then she said, لم تعيده فجلة. She said he did not have a belly, which means flat belly. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد. لم تزري به صعلة. His head, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, was not too big or too small, medium. So, meaning his head was perfect. If he had a big head, someone has a big head, then people will say something. If he has a small head, he had a perfect head. Wasim. Wasim is a word that you say about someone who looks handsome and who dress up perfect. Is just perfect. Like a model. They dress up, they look great. That's how he was. في عينيه دعش. In his eyes, there is dash. Dash is like the the black thing that the sisters put around the eye. Yeah, they call it kahl. They put that. That was normal in his eyes. When you look at him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you would think he put that, but he didn't. Now, when we said he was malih al-wajh, the thing about Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when you look at him, if you look at him, you're going to have two things. Your eyes are going to have two things. The first thing is, you're not going to want to close your eyes. The second thing, you want to close your eyes because you're very shy and subhanallah. Some Sahaba, they say, we did not get enough of Rasulullah. We wanted to keep, your eyes will not blink when you look at him. That's how great Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was. في أشفاره وقف. His lashes were long. Because that's how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then he was, they say, azaj. The eyebrow were not straight, but they were around. And then, fi sawtihi sah. When he talks, you feel hayba, you feel power, you feel a power that doesn't make you scared, but it makes you want to hear more. عنقه سطع. His neck was not cricket, straight. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. في لحيته كثافة. His beard, he had a big beard with some white, gray hair actually, gray hair. عليه البهاء والوقار وحلو المنطق. So when you look at him, you feel that he's not normal. He's someone who has great personality. And then when he talks, حلو المنطق. His logic when he talks, it's not like us. We give a khutbah for 30 or 40 minutes, and we're hoping, and I usually hope that I hit one message or one sentence right to get the point. But Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam talks less, but his message is more. His message is powerful. He talks less. That's what we should do. Every time you're making a point with someone, if you're trying to talk, try to hit the point without going around and trying to go around. Why? Because that's how he did it. And the person who's listening loves it. SubhanAllah. Now the other thing that I want to bring up, when I said Wasim, very handsome, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, very handsome. There was another prophet who was very handsome. Who? Yusuf alayhi salam. But there is a difference. With Yusuf alayhi salam, the niswa, those women, tried something with him. They trespassed the bridge with him. But with Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was even more handsome. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put that wall, that clear glass. Like when someone thinks he's talking, they put a clear glass so he doesn't get hit, right? You can't see it. When the president is talking, big wall of glass that actually, when you watch, you can't see it. But it's a clear, Allah put that clear, protection, so no niswa, no ladies or no woman will attempt to, subhanAllah, to try anything with that, with Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is a description, and there's a lot more that, if you want to know, if you want to see Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam better than what I told you, you should see him in your dream. If you want to see him in your dream, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, إِنَّ الشَّيْطَانَ لَا يَتَمَثَّلُ بِي فَمَنْ رَآنِي فَقَدْ رَآنِي حَقًّا. If someone sees Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in his dream, it's real. It's real. Because shaitan cannot, come and pretend. And Allah will not give a picture of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in your dream that is not true. Because he is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If you want to see him in your dream, one of the reasons that could help is to pray on him every day. Not once or twice or 3 times or 10 or 20 or 30 or 40 or 100. More than that. And if Allah wants you to see him, without that, you will. But praying on him is one of the keys. Praying on him, loving him, following his sunnah. These 3 could lead you to see Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is really the best thing that could happen to any Muslim. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam left Ma'bad's tent, little house, and on his way to Al-Madinah, the news got to Al-Madinah, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is coming, and when they knew it was about time that he's coming, the Al-Madinah, which was called Yathrib, then Summiyat Madinatu Rasulillah. That's how the name got changed. The city of Rasulullah, the city, Al-Medina. Then the people of Al-Medina will go after Fajr and wait all day for Muhammad. First day, second day, till one day, one of the men there say, Ya ajaddukum, your grandpa that you were waiting for, he's here. He's coming with Abu Bakr. And Abu Bakr covering Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then they got to the Al-Madinah. Everybody was happy. Biggest event. Then they had their naqa. They were able to get a ride, a naqa. And the camel that they were riding, one camel they rotate. Every family or every neighborhood or everyone wants Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to come and sit and stay with them. They were, and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, everyone is trying to pull that camel towards his house or his neighborhood. Then Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Utrukuha fa innaha ma'mura." Leave the camel alone. It already has an order where it's going to stop from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah is directing all of that. Then it stopped in one spot where they're going to build al-masjid. Which one? Quba. أول مسجد بني في الإسلام. The first masjid in Islam is Quba. Allah talks about that masjid. لمسجد أسس على التقوى من أول يوم. This is the masjid that was built on taqwa. What does this tell us? It tells us that the first thing that Muhammad want to do in Al-Madinah, not to find a comfortable place or, to worry about anything else. He cares about the community. He says his idea and his wisdom is, look, he's new. Later on, al-muhajirun, more are going to come. More sahaba, his children, family, they're going to come to Al-Madinah. And then in Al-Madinah there is Al-Ansar. So a leader, every leader will have a problem. How can I? But just like if we're here in Northland and then 2,000 Muslims come, they have nowhere to sit, nowhere to live. It's going to get confused. Are we going to host all of them in our houses? It's going to, But Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we should help them, but Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, here, what he's going to do, he's going to build the masjid first. Because al-masjid, the house of Allah, the masjid is where brotherhood starts, da'wah, organizing the whole city, increasing that love in the sake of Allah, teaching Islam, teaching the Sahaba. It's the place where economy, politics, religion, social life, everything starts at the masjid, which is not the case now in the Muslim countries. The masajid is just for prayers. They come and they pray and they go. This is what the masjid is for. I'm not talking about masjid, I'm talking in general. If we can reach that point where our masjid will be, we can teach Quran, we can teach math, we can teach this, we can teach, more stuff. Alhamdulillah, with that Quran program, that's great. We love that. So if we can, and then it'll be a social place that we can fix our social problems, family issues, avoid divorces, increase, the love between the kids and the parent, all of these things in the mission. Done. So, what? No. Yes.
This is the politics.
Yes. That's, yeah.
This is like
Yeah. We should love each other, anything, any issue in the community, come to the masjid. Let's fix it. Let's talk about it. You know. So Masjid Quba will end with that. Masjid Quba, if you pray in Masjid Quba, it's like if you made a Umrah. SubhanAllah. This is the reward. Praying in Masjid Haram counts for how many salah? 100? 100? How many ya Sheikh? 100,000 salah? Huh? 100,000 salat. If you pray in Mecca. But, you know what? When you go to Mecca to do Umrah or Hajj, if you want to get that reward, you have to follow don't get mad, don't argue, to get that reward. It has to have conditions. Then, Masjid Al-Aqsa, how many salawat? Half of that. 500,000. How much? How many? So 100,000 salah. Then Al-Aqsa is half. 500. Yes, Masjid Al-Aqsa. Yeah? And then Al-Masjid Al-Nabawi. How much is the Masjid Al-Nabawi?
50,000.
Now. 1,000?
50,000.
100,000 salah for Mecca. 500. No.
1,000.
Jazakallah khair. That's the answer I want. 1,000 in Al-Madinah. So this is the reward. But praying in every masjid gives you the reward for al-jama'ah better than praying at home. Okay? So Masjid Quba, inshallah ta'ala, if you go to Al-Madinah, it's beautiful. It's about maybe 20 minutes from Masjid Nabawi by car. And it's, mashallah, when you go in there, you sort of ihram and you see all of that, Allahu Akbar, it's beautiful. You feel like you're getting close to the life of the Sahaba. So we'll stop here at the building of Masjid Quba. Now we get to the point before the Hijrat, how Rasulullah had to go through that tough trip to get to Medina. Now a big responsibility on the shoulders of Muhammad, who is capable of taking care of it. Muhammad now is going to build the community between Al-Ansar and then Al-Muhajir. Inshallah ta'ala, hopefully we can talk about it next week. We want to talk about it today, but because of the trip, which was great, we will talk about it inshallah ta'ala next week. Again, continuing the seerah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is the best story. A lot of people read stories about, soccer players when they were young, how many teams they play, how many actors they read about their life, presidents, kings, since day one. They look at their pictures, what they did, this. But who reads about Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Not a lot of us do. That's why I picked this topic, because it's amazing. I enjoy it, and I hope you do. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us, achieve this seerah, achieve talking about it till the end. If what I said was right, it's success from Allah. If I made a mistake, it's from me and from shaitan. I always like to say that, because we are not ma'soomeen, we're not protected from making mistakes. And اللهم اجعل جمعنا هذا جمعا مرحوما وتفرقنا من بعده تفرقا معصوما. اللهم علمنا بما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا انك انت العليم الحكيم. اللهم اجعلنا ممن غفر لهم وممن تحفهم الملائكة ونحن نذكر سيرة النبي ونذكر الله عز وجل في هذا المكان المبارك. وصل اللهم وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد. جزاكم الله خير.
How far is this tower from the city? Cable tower from the city? How far is that?